Yo, what's good everybody? It's Fright Delight, and let's talk about Night of the Demons. But not the 2009 remake, although we'll get to that. We're taking a look back in 1988 when some of the most underrated movies were made, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, and then this film. To me, Night of the Demons encapsulates that fun Halloween B-movie feel. From the atmosphere to the shaky dialogue, I could throw this on during any time of the year and feel like I'm in October. It's about a group of high schoolers inadvertently summoning a demon when they throw a party in a possessed funeral home. If you haven't been here before, what I'm going to do is recap the movie, give my thoughts and opinions in between, and then end it off with a tier rating. We'll keep track of the tier rating throughout the year too, so now that I got everything out the way, let's stop playing and get to it. We start the movie with hype music from the intro before we meet the characters, Stooge, Roger, and Helen. They're driving to a party happening in their whole house. Another character we meet is Judy, who gets called a little whore by this old dude that has an evil plan for the neighborhood kids. We follow Judy back to her crib where she gets scared by her brother's trash dialogue.
Wow, prodigious boobies, sis. If you keep on going, you'll have to hire someone just to tie your shoes.
Bro, you gotta love this movie. She reluctantly gets ready for the party as the doorbell rings. Her brother answers and there's no one there. Nah, I'm just kidding, it's Sal. It's just Judy's ex-boyfriend. He's asking for her, but her brother lets him know that she's done moved on to somebody else, and he's on the way actually. Sal calms him down and gets him to rat out where the party is by sliding him $1. Man, you could tell this movie old as hell, because nowadays kids want that bad.
I want $8,000.
A little further away, two dudes are staring at some ass cheeks, distracting them from Angela swiping some supplies for the party. She's in and out like a thief in the night. Her partner in crime is Suzanne. She's an over-the-top whore in this movie, like go after your man in front of you type. Well, everybody's over the top except for two characters. They're forgettable too. What is your name? Oh, Max and Franny. They get picked up by Jay and Judy on their way to Whole House. Now, on their way to the party, they pull up on Roger, Stooge, and Helen on the side of the road. They have a flat tire. This man, Stooge, had a spare with no tools to change that bit. And then he yells at the girl because of it.
So shut up and start walking!
You gotta love this movie. Jay and them pull off on Stooge as a joke, thinking he had tools to change the tire. It couldn't have been that long a walk because not even a few minutes later after they get there, Stooge, Roger, and Helen pull up too. But what I think really happened is Angela and Suzanne had picked them up on the way. Sal, he actually was the first one there, and he ended up hiding in the casket to scare whoever came first, which just happened to be Jay. Linnea Quigley, the actress that played Suzanne, said that the house in the film actually had little dressing done to it because it was already in pretty bad condition at the time of filming. That's probably what added to the abandoned look of the house too. Now they start partying, having a good time, especially Suzanne. Judy puts her lighter down after trying to light a candle but gets spooked by Angela, getting told she might upset the spirits. Now this interaction is not important at all. Now remember what I said about Suzanne being an over-the-top whore? Well, look at this shit. She busted open from that right near the fireplace while his girl's right in front of him. Look at this shit, bro. Suzanne isn't even close to being in her final form as she starts dancing, getting Jay's attention too. All the guys in this movie besides Roger and Sal really ain't shit, and I don't even think they try to hide it either. Another charm of the movie for me, just the lack of the characters giving a fuck at all times, except for maybe Judy. It just adds to that low-key and not even low-key, high-key enjoyment for me because the lack of just giving a fuck from everybody. A few minutes into them getting jiggy with it, the music and strobe light shut off, killing the mood faster than saying I love you before a first kiss. Now Angela gets everybody ready for a party game. What she has in mind is pretty much a seance.
A seance?
Hell yeah, Judy, a seance. If you don't know, you will find out soon. So Judy ends up finding the mirror that looks damn near like the one from Oculus. They set it up, sit in front of the mirror, agreeing to all do a past life seance, which is pretty much showing you what you look like in a past life. Roger is the only person sitting this one out. I'm not gonna lie. Roger is the most realistic brother I've ever seen in a horror movie without a doubt. Not even including this scene, this man just plays no games when it comes to his life, as you and Judy herself will see. The seance ends when Helen gets spooked by a version of the devil appearing through the mirror. Yeah, it shows her a future version of herself that'll make anybody unnerved, making her scream, causing the mirror to fall over. Strange sounds come from the basement as we get a cool Evil Dead style POV shot rushing all the way up to the group, leaving some stank behind.
Never mind the draft, man. Who cut the cheese?
Possessing Suzanne with the quickness, Angela starts feeling on edge when a chill overcomes everyone, leading her to believe that the strange things happening are a sign of demonic infestation. Naturally, nobody believes her, cracking jokes that's low-key funny as hell.
You can't really believe this place is possessed.
Nah, just repossessed.
She goes in depth explaining the differences between being possessed and haunted. Now, the explanation is that a haunted house is haunted by entities that have been alive at some point in time. And a possessed house is a house that is haunted by entities that's never been alive in human form. Now, this is a definition that gets tossed the fuck out in legit the next fucking movie. But back to this. Roger and Helen are beyond ready to go, with no way back. This is why you bring your own car wherever you go if you can help it. Suzanne throws Angela's keys to Roger, talking about, yeah, she won't be going anywhere since it's her party. After they end up sliding out, some of the group decides to split up and explore the house, but not before Suzanne locks lips with Angela, passing the demon off to her. She dips off to the bathroom with Stooge, leaving Sal behind with Angela. Judy and the rest explore until Max finds a room that reminds him of a story about the property. None of that really matters, so we're just gonna fast forward to when the weird shit starts going on, which is right around here, when Roger and Helen can't find a way off the property. They have trouble finding the gate, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to find one since manipulation is one of the demon's flaky ass abilities. And you'll see why I say flaky as time goes on. So Helen ends up missing. Roger ends up running back to the car, refusing to go back into the house, which I don't blame him. The other characters are having a taste of that weird shit going on too, starting with Stooge getting impatient with Suzanne taking too long in the bathroom.
What'd you do? Flush yourself down a fucking toilet or what?
When I see this scene of her transforming, it just reminds me of that one meme. When you look in the mirror and realize how ugly you are. Now, when she realizes what I realized about myself last night, she breaks the mirror, leaving Stooge to break the door to check on her, but she ends up gone, missing like Megan. Now, back on the other side of the whole house is Sal, chilling with Angela until she starts with that weird shit too. Stooge decides to tag himself into the weirdness going on, getting to dance with the devil herself. Angela tells him to kiss her, and you would think with all the weird shit going on, he would think twice about locking lips. I mean, he just seen Suzanne disappear in the fucking bathroom. But Dick don't sleep, so he kisses her without a second thought, getting his tongue ripped and spit out by Angela. A few scenes later, we get one of the most creative practical effects in the movie, where we see Suzanne shoving lipstick into her nipple like I shove my legs into a pair of pants. Jay finds her new makeover and doesn't even bat an eye when she undoes his zipper. Now, Sal gets ready to tell Angela he's about to dip. She's with that weird shit again, putting her hands in the fire talking about some shit. I'm just warming them up. Nah, Sal isn't with it, so he's dipping off with no questions asked. Roger, he gets woken up from the car shaking, making him believe it's Stooge. He couldn't have been more wrong when Helen's dead body splats on the car. Roger isn't with the games, running back inside reluctantly, only to get chased by Angela. While that's happening, let me update you on what's going on with Jay. So you remember when he was with the DS, Demon Suzanne? No? Nah. Well, they start getting freaky deaky.
Freaky deaky.
Well, Jay finally picks up on the weirdness going on with Suzanne, but it's way too late as she gouges his eyes out. Everybody in this movie is done besides Roger. And Sal, I think Sal's, he just gets disrespected in this movie, but everybody besides Roger is pretty much on some low level IQ shit, like low vibration, low whatever you want to call it. But that's what brings the charm for me. You can't have campiness in a movie like this without dumbass decision making and characters who don't give a damn. You also can't have a movie like this if side characters aren't killed off while getting that freak on. That's exactly what happened to Max and Franny. When I rewatched this movie a couple of times, it kind of low key sounds like he said, "No, not now."
Not now!
Probably be my last words too. We pick back up with Roger after getting away from Angela. He runs into Sal wandering the halls too. Now remember when I said the demon's powers are flaky as hell? Well, look at this shit. She has the power to manipulate the world around her, but can't use those same powers to find two guys around the fucking corner. Sal and Roger lurks around looking for a way out. This is a side note, but Sal, or the actor Billy Gallo, hopefully I said that name right, Billy Gallo, tomato. It looks like he could be Metal Bat from One Punch Man in a live action film produced by Netflix. They pull up to a locked door and it sounds like Judy's behind it. Sal kicks the door open with no hesitation, freeing Judy but giving away their location, the entry, which is right on their tail. Aside from the skin, Roger's me, I'm not even gonna count. No other black dude in history of horror movies that I've seen act this way. He dipped out leaving Judy and Sal behind, and by the time they both realized what's going on, that nigga damn near 3 hallways down. Now Judy sees the demon for the first time after being locked in the room for about a third of the movie, so I could see kinda why her legs stopped working, but you gotta do better than that. Sal pulls Judy up as they run away, get into another room, only to find Jay has his eyes gouged out. Suzanne hits them with a one-liner, then hits Sal's ass with a pimp slap that throws him out the window. Judy runs away, but all the doors close before she's able to get to another room, leading her to go to the display room. She does see a hand that belonged to Max float and try to snag her ass, but she gets away just in time. Now, before I go into this next scene, I want to get on what I think is a missed opportunity to showcase what I think is the scariest demon out the bunch, aside from Angela. Franny, as a demon, could have turned this movie from a fun, campy Halloween movie to a holy shit, this is actually kind of scary. I mean, look at her fucking design, bruh. Look at it. Look at it. If they would have put her at the forefront with Angela, I think this would have bumped the movie up to the mainstream, at least for me. But Jill Tereshita, the actor for Franny, I mean, I might be reaching, but she could have been the Kayako before Kayako. Anyways, we check back in with Judy sneaking through the house, making her way to the attic, getting greeted by Roger from below. Roger isn't the only person that greets her as Angela's on top of the roof with Judy in a scene that makes no fucking sense. You got Sal, who's apparently been chilling up there the whole fucking time like he's goddamn Batman, getting off 3 seconds later. I just feel like they didn't know how to kill him off, so they just threw some shit together like I do when I'm in the kitchen. If he was gonna die anyway, he should have interacted with Judy a lot sooner, or at least before Roger did. Judy falls off the roof, landing in Roger's arms with a little bit of dated CGI or green screen. Stooge chases them into Angela, where she disrespects my man Sal for one last time.
Sal wanted to go, but he decided to stick around.
Roger and Judy aren't messing with a joke like that as they run all the way downstairs to the cremation room. If this is called something different, please let me know so I don't sound like a fool. And if I am, let me know that too. Anyways, Judy looks for a way out while Roger kind of shuts down and almost gives up. Angela sees this as an opportunity to get him to turn on Judy, but it has no luck.
Open the door, Raj. We don't want you. We want the bitch.
Through a little bit of dialogue, we find that because of it being Halloween night, the demons are able to wreak havoc until the night is over. Judy and Roger decide that they have to survive the night if they want to make it out of this hell house. Anyways, remember how I said that interaction with Judy and Angela wasn't important at all? Well, I lied. Angela unloosens the screws to the door and Judy muscle-headed ass rips off the pipe from his hinges and sparks her lighter just in time to cook the demons to a crisp. It's crazy to think that the one thing Angela did before turning was spook Judy into keeping that lighter, inadvertently taking herself out in the end with Judy's flame. Now Roger helps Judy out by turning off the valve, getting rid of the flame. They have a small moment of relief, but it's short-lived as the skeleton hand reaches out from the cremator, grabbing Judy. Now, Roger gets his life saved by Judy, but doesn't think twice about dipping out on her ass when he sees that skeleton come out that cremator.
Roger, wait!
This reminded me of that one scene from The Faculty when Elijah Wood's character slips, falls, then calls out for Delilah like, "Delilah, wait!
Delilah, wait!
You better follow," which is exactly what Judy does until she catches up with Roger, getting cornered by the demons, leading up to my favorite part of the movie. This nigga Roger jumps out the fucking window.
You won't get me!
That "you won't get me" is the most realistic dialogue I've ever heard in this movie, at least. Judy follows behind trying to get to the brick wall, but there's no time to argue about a missing gate when there's demons on your tail. So they climb up the wall using barbed wire to get over the underground stream that the demons can't cross. Roger climbs up first, reaching his hand out for Judy to grab. Just as she does, Stu's crispy ass grabs a hold of her leg, giving all the demons enough time to get a piece too. Even Angela has enough time for one last one-liner.
Judy, Roger, where you going? The party's just begun.
That shit scares Roger off the wall, leaving Judy on the other side struggling to hang on. When all hope seems lost, she's barely hanging on, about to give up. My nigga Roger shows up and tells that girl to climb.
Climb, girl, climb!
He repays my girl Judy a favor and pulls her over the edge. The sun rises and sautés the demons. End of the night. End of the night. Ending the night. I don't know why I keep saying that. Anyways, they both walk home past the old man from the beginning, probably scarred for life. Shit, I'd be too. The old man goes back inside to eat some homemade pie his wife had baked for him, only to get fucked up by the same surprise he used in the apples at the start of the movie. Damn. Now fellas, this is a movie I could throw on at any point during October and feel right at home. It's probably because I have a lot of nostalgia for the franchise, and this movie especially. Objectively speaking, this movie has a lot of issues from the dialogue to what I think all, if not most, horror movies fall under, which is dumb decision making, besides my dude Roger. On the flip side though, the makeup design for the demons, especially Angela and Franny, are legit. There wasn't a time during the movie where I thought, damn, these demons look goofy as hell. Now I thought each had a unique look and made sense based on how they died. No wonder they look so good. Steve Johnson, the makeup artist for the movie, also worked on Species, Blade 2, and Men in Black 2. So this man has a resume on. Now I'm gonna do 2 tier lists that we'll keep track of throughout the year. The first one will be a tier list that's pretty much where I'll rank the movie based on 5 categories. We got Boo Boo, which is pretty much the bottom of the barrel. We got may have not been that bad, but it was just a boring ass movie. We got Spooky, to where, okay, I got maybe spooked a little bit. I got maybe unnerved. Number 4, Somebody's Cooking. Somebody was stirring the pot in the writer's room. Somebody was stirring the pot in the director's room. It just couldn't get to that fright delight, that top, that tippy top of the Mount Rushmore, but it was almost there. And then we got the creme de la creme, my favorite movies of all time. The other one is a survivor tier list, where I'll rank the final survivors based on whether or not I could survive with them until the end. Now, this has 5 categories too, starting with slaughter, we all die, almost but still dead. We almost make it to the end of the movie, but we die somewhere along the way. Number 3, we die saving another. Either I'll die saving the survivors, or the survivor die saving me. Number 4, character survival. We all survive, but I got carried throughout the film. And number 5, Conquerors of the Night. Now, this is solely my opinion, but if you put this in another tier, let me know in the comments below and tell me where you will rank this movie. But for me, for all the reasons I said earlier, from the makeup design of the demons, to the campiness and Halloween feeling, plus most of the side characters were entertaining for most of the horror movie, which horror in general is sometimes a big ass. There's some negatives for me though. Start with some of the editing for the movie. It was kind of choppy at some parts and felt like there was a piece missing that was just cut. One thing off the top of my head is how they treated Sal and his death. Like, there should have at least been a scene or two in between that bridge what happens between Judy getting to the roof and Sal protecting her. Another negative for me is the inconsistency of the demonic powers that Angela has. Like, one scene she's able to control the environment around her, in the next scene she can't find 2 niggas out. In the next scene she can't find 2 dudes across the hallway. It is very inconsistent. This is just a little nitpick for me too, but the demons should have been more active in the movie. As the film continued, you only really seen Stooge and Angela. Suzanne was appearance here and there, but for the most part, they should have had all the demons collectively come together. Now, with all that being said, I'm gonna put this movie in the spooky category. My nostalgia for the film makes me want to put this into Somebody's Cooking, but objectively speaking, I have to put this in at very least spooky, at least for me. Now, on the ranking of survivors, if I were to try to survive the night, honestly, out of me and Judy and Roger, I think one of us will die trying to save another of the group, and I have a strong feeling that it'll be me trying to save Judy's noodle leg ass, like Sal did, because we all know Roger's about to dip out on her. So those are my thoughts on the criminally underrated Night of the Demons from 1988. I recommend this movie to anybody who likes the campiness of the 80s, or even if you're a person that doesn't like possession movies because of the predictability and the uninspired characters. This doesn't do anything that breaks the mold, but it does give you a diverse character, or diverse characters with some cool original demon designs that still look great today. If you want to turn your brain off and enjoy a fun Halloween movie rather than something mainstream, then this is something you might enjoy. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for making it this far. And if you enjoyed this video and have any movies that you want me to cover, put them in the comments below. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be uploading a Let's Talk About Night of the Demons Part 2, so stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. And it's been real, fellas, so I appreciate y'all staying, and it's been a fright delight. Peace.